I'll be honest, I didn't think I was going to make an analysis video on the final trailer, but here we are, and I totally understand. If you do not want to be here, I will see you on the other side once the game finally releases. Really can't wait now. But for those that are staying, what is up guys, Jen here, hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to the channel. Timestamps down below because I'll be pause champing an awful lot going over what I can see in this trailer. All I ask is for you to support the channel and hit the thumbs up button. So without further ado, we're going to get straight into it, and if there's something I miss, comment section down below is the place to be because that's where all the discussion is going to go down. Let's go in to the final trailer.
Materia.
Yeah, I was pretty keen to pause champ pretty much straight off the bat there, but I can't really work out the location that is happening here between Cloud and Sephiroth. It actually looks like it's taking place in the open world, and we know that we're going to see Sephiroth in the open world because all of the cloaked figures can take the form of Sephiroth. So I just think this is one of those instances, just bringing in one of those kind of like story moments while we're traversing the world, unexpectedly as well, which will be nice.
Wow. Bring me the black materia.
There it is, the Keystone, and of course the debut of the Temple of the Ancients, and it looks bloody incredible. It looks like straight from a movie. Like you could put this into Advent Children and it would make sense. It looks incredible. It's not just a pyramid anymore. It is an ancient structure of some sort. And I've seen a lot of people talk about it kind of taking form of the Shinra logo, with the Shinra logo having the box and then the diamond in the middle. I can see that. Whether it's related, I don't know, but we do know that Shinra does have a history of taking ideas from ancient civilizations, Midgar being one of them, because of the way the rock structure was in the Cosmo Theater and remake. I might be wrong, but yeah, this looks incredible, and this is going to be a dungeon and a half to explore. I'm ready. I really am ready. We've got the Turks here, so it's not just Song here, it's the whole of the Turks. Whether Elena is here as well, we'll not know until we play. A bit of combat here, so I won't pause champ too much. Nice little thing with Barret and Aerith there with taking the shades. Palmer, okay, let's pause champ on Palmer. Now, Palmer, everybody wants this guy to be hit by a truck, and it makes sense for that to actually happen with him being in some kind of mech. Where he is, well, if we go back a few more frames, we know exactly where he is, because if we look, hopefully my head is not covering it, but we'll go back and then go forward a little bit. You can see the gold saucer above my head. So this is going to take place, and judging by the distance as well, where how far away from they are, the gold saucer, they're in the Dust Bowl. This is taking place while they've been thrown down there. And this kind of weaves into a theory that I've had with Dyne about him wanting to, you know, coming around to what Barret's saying to him and then getting like killed by Solomon Gus. But looking more at Solomon Gus's character, I don't think that would make sense. I don't think he's that kind of person. Palmer, on the other hand, can come along with this tank just as Dyne's accepted, like, okay, let's go see Marlene and go for it, and then it leads into a boss fight. That makes a lot more sense, having the one-on-one battle with Barret and Dyne. Dyne, like, okay, doing all his emotional speak, we're going to be all invested, teary-eyed, goosebumps running up the arm, and then he's going to come with us. We're like, what? This is happening. He's not like doing what he did in the original. And then Palmer's going to come along in this bloody tank thing and kill Dyne. That's what I think is going to happen. And then we get into a fight, and then maybe Solomon Gus with one of the trucks in the Dust Bowl gives us a bit of a classic take-in just to help us out, because, you know, he's seen us take Dyne around, and the Dust Bowl is not under threat no more, like much like the way Corel Prison and Mr. Coates is like, Dyne's become a problem if you need to earn your way. I don't know. But that's what I'm thinking, and that weaves Palmer's truck incident and Dyne dying quite nicely. So let's carry on.
You're going to pay.
You're going to pay, Palmer.
Who
Don Corneo is returning in the Gold Saucer. We can see that this is the Colosseum. I believe that the Musclehead Colosseum, which we heard about somewhere. I can't remember. But this is going to be our Colosseum for the game. And it looks like Don Corneo returns with Apps. And Apps seems to have some kind of controlling collar around him here. And we have a fight with Cissnei, Tifa, Aerith, and Cloud. No Barret to be seen, but we can assume that Barret is off doing his own thing because of Corel. Yep, it's very interesting. The Gold Saucer is going to be a playground in itself. This is more Solomon Gus. I'm not going to really pause here because I don't think there's much to decipher here. We just can see the kind of swagger he's got. But this, at long last, he returns. There is Gilgamesh. Gilgamesh is here. Finally, something I was right about. Gilgamesh being in the game. It all stemmed from talking about when they said a new summon was in the game, and I mentioned in a comment of the video going over that, you know, it would be really cool if it's Gilgamesh. I think it might be. And then we got the proto relics, and I was like, yeah, Gilgamesh is coming. And then I got to play the preview event as well, and we did the proto relic quest line. Gilgamesh was there, and I'm very excited. There he is, but it looks like he already has a Buster Sword, though. It looks a little slightly more modified here. I don't know if you can just like a little dip. A lot of people saying that maybe this is how Cloud gets his fusion sword. You can see that Gilgamesh has all of his arms. Usually he carries different weapons, fake weapons. Maybe this is where he debuts the fusion sword, and this is where, in canon, this is how he gets the fusion sword. He gets it from Gilgamesh, which makes sense. Gilgamesh has traveled through. We already know that he's gone through time and got the Buster Sword before, or made a clone of it. So maybe, I don't know, there's so much to kind of explore there, but it's nice to see Gilgamesh. Once again, Roche returns, and this looks like this takes place either in Junon before getting on the Shinra 8 or in the Shinra 8. I think it's probably beforehand, so if we go back a little bit, let's see if I can do this without doing the frame by frame stuff. But we can see that Cloud is wearing the soldier outfit. You can see his pauldron right next to me here, that he's got he's just done the soldier thing. Obviously Roche, I think a lot of people predicted that Roche should probably recognize him and want to kind of get revenge, and this is just proof of the fact. Where they are is very unusual, but it's definitely got that arena type of, do you know, in like circuses they have the bikes that go around the edge, which makes for a great fight. Maybe we actually fight Roche on the bike, and then his final phase of that fight is going to be him on foot and going one-on-one again. But it's going to be very interesting. I really liked Roche here. That's a perfect place to stop. Where is this taking place? Well, this looks like it is at the bottom of the plate. So whether this is like a memory or shenanigans, it's going off with all the different worlds and concepts that we've got with what's happening with Zack. This is the plate. Like, this is the first time we've seen Cloud in Midgar during this kind of trailer run back at Midgar. Do we get to go back, or is this just where this scene takes place? Maybe we see Jess's VR and the Gold Saucer, and then we have the kind of the head glitches, and it comes back to here and it's like, they all died here, or something like this. I don't know. But we'll see.
Good, Cloud. Very good.
That kind of line there is a kind of like a throwback to what was said in Chapter 2 of the of Remake. Now we go on to the interesting stuff, and I'll be honest, I don't know what's going on here. I really can't put my finger on it. I have theories, but they all hit like brick walls, and I'm happily want to hit those brick walls, but I don't know. This is something that I just still don't know. Now this guy, I got some things.
It alone can liberate us from this endless dream.
To say about that guy. So a lot of people, from what I've seen, think this is happening in the Cave of the Gi or the Cave of the G. I can see that, and I can relate to that. I mean, there's an environment that looks very like this with bones, and then people are going, oh, bones, Bone Village. I really don't know. I could just throw guesses out there, but this character in particular, I'm going to have a bit of a stab at here. So his voice, if you go watch the debut trailer of Remake, when Remakes first got announced, they had the voiceover, and it's like the reunion is at hand or something. That voiceover is this guy. Now this guy, again, you think Cave of the Gi, I think this is like a reimagining of what that monstrosity of a model was in 7 OG, with like the black mage with the big beard and the hat, like the sages that run around the Temple of the Ancients. I think this might be a reincarnation of what that is. This is this guy. He also looks like the specters from Cosmo Canyon, the enemies as well. So you can interweave. There's so many avenues we can go down with this guy, and I think it's going to be like Cetra and maybe a guide. Maybe I believe that when we go through the Temple of the Ancients, that there's going to be certain scenes that take from Remake when we go through the Shinra building and they have the VR simulation. I think the Temple of the Ancients is going to have like used a live stream to kind of do these things. So maybe this guy changes it into this darkness and says like, the black materia, you need to get it, but he's not telling them where it is, even though we know it's the temple. I don't know, I'm going down a rabbit hole and I could be tripping over my words, cutting corners. But ultimately, I think it's like the sage that we got in the OG, but reimagined. Because he's kind of got a beard with these bones, just not got that classic black mage type hat. Let me know in the comment section below. I think there's a lot of avenues we can go down with this guy. But his voice is very interesting. The narrator for the 2015 debut trailer of Remake, which is crazy. Full circle moment.
It alone can liberate us from this endless dream.
Through.
And then passing through. Yes, we are, Cissnei. We are passing through Gongaga. I think a lot of people were clamoring to see Cissnei again, and here she is. It seems to be a continuation of what happened to her after Crisis Core. Maybe she took Zack's advice. Zack wanted her to watch out for her folks, and she probably did that, and then thought, well, you know what, I'm going to leave the Turks. I don't like what they're doing. Maybe she got wind of what happened with Zack and the whole Nibelheim incident and what happened after that, and she's like, I don't want anything to do with this. Let me start again. Let me try and do some good. And then she's coming across clouds, so there's going to be some interesting things here. Very interesting things. I don't know if there's anything to note of the other characters. The others, I think they just look like general kind of NPC fodder. So we'll see.
Tifa!
There he is, Johnny.
Hey guys!
They're getting some sun too.
Barret in the sailor uniform. I don't need to pause champ on that. But what I do need to pause champ on is, what was that shop that I'm staying on Tifa and Aerith's legs here. It's not purposefully done, I tell you that. What is that behind Barret? What is that shop called? It is called Nate's Resort, maybe? Kate's Resort? It's probably just a shop anyway.
Well, Red, how do we look? Huh?
I love that. I love that by Red.
Get yourself a reading!
There we go. A reading from Kate Sith. Now, let's go back again. There's something in the distance. We get to see the gondola, or basically the tram ride from Corel to the gold saucer happen in the background in the daytime. If you look very carefully, you can see just here, look. Just here, it's going up to the gold saucer. Whether it's the same, actually, to be fair, that could be something to do with one of the attractions, maybe, because I'm pretty sure it's blue, and that is not blue. So we'll leave it up to speculation what that is. But also, what's interesting here is Barret is wearing glasses. In all of the things that we've seen, except from that little battle thing with Aerith there, he's not wore his glasses again. I'm assuming he's pretty emotional here because of what's just gone with Dyne. This tells me that Dyne did die. And that's why he's here. That's why he's wearing the glasses. That's why he's wearing the shades. Doesn't want to show those eyes because it's going to get us as well. My thoughts, though. You have to let me know what I think. What you think. I'm telling you what I think.
It's gotta be hiding.
Here is the Corel Reactor, without a shadow of a doubt, just because of the structure of it. It looks like the reactor is just behind Yuffie's head here. You can see all the entryways. We can also see that one of the entryways that they seem to be walking out of is blocked. And we do know that the party gets split up just before this section. Tifa, Yuffie, and Barret and then there's Cloud, Aerith, and Red that get split up. So this is probably the shenanigans that they've caused, because we see that little thing that we're going to see a little bit later with them being on the rails, the mini cart.
Some ginormous materia.
And then alluding, I really like that, talking about huge materia, and they're saying that out right outside the Corel Reactor. Very good foreshadowing there. Bit of environments there. I'm not going to go into too much detail, but there is one actually. There's that bone structure again. Wow, that went really fast. I want to go back to here. Now, just over here, you can see the name of the inn. and it's called the Sildra Inn. Now, in Nibelheim, the inn there is called the Nidhogg Inn. That is 2 inns named after dragons. Could this be a recurring theme? I know that the inn in Calm is called the Inn at Calm, but maybe all the other inns, like maybe Costa del Sol, I don't think we've seen that. But like Nibel, we've got Gungaga Inn, they might all be named after dragons. It could be a thing. Nice little spot there anyway for those. Here, Cosmo Canyon looks absolutely stunning. And is that Johnny's dad there? No, he looks a little bit on the slimmer side. This is probably, I mean, imagine if Bone Village is like reinvented itself to like not be a village anymore, but like an entrance to the Forgotten City. I guess that could make sense. Like we just don't have the excavation part at all. This is just like literally like off limits kind of dungeon, or it could be Cave of the Gi, and this is like underneath Cosmo Canyon or in a deep valley next to the canyon. It's really hard to tell. And then Nibelheim, and there are black cloaks in Nibelheim just here as well. If we look, we've got 1, 2, 3. It looks like they're getting on fine. Oh, there's 4. There's 1 here. Oh, there's 5. There's 5 black cloaks here. So it looks like they're really equating themselves like they did in the original. This one seems to be talking, so that'd be nice to see what's going off there. Alina or Eleanor
You said that Sephiroth is your foe.
jumping on that buggy, pretty epic. Vincent, this seems to be taking place where we've seen Cid offer his hand to Aerith. Princello was there, and the dolphin minigame, Queen's Blood. That's Tifa there. It really is Tifa there. If you didn't know, you can tell it's Tifa. I didn't want to pause champ on too much on that stuff because I don't think there's much to decipher from those scenes. There she is. Look, that is most definitely Tifa, and she is doing the best that she can. And I'm really excited to play this minigame. I'm excited to do a lot of things in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. And then this is what I'm talking about. You can clearly see this is Tifa just below me, and that sounded very different actually. Tifa just below me, and then there's Barret and Yuffie. We know that the party gets split up in the Corel. They have to let down the drawbridge, and they've turned it into a mini game as well. So this is going to be crazy shenanigans. And then we've got Aerith doing some kind of thing here. This must be a Temple of the Ancients. Maybe they're trying to get into the entrance. Maybe they're opening up. Maybe it's an introduction to her traversal skill that we've seen in the state of play. But just behind Yuffie's shoulder and just above my head, the Temple of the Ancients has unique Makata automats and save points, which is really nice. Because you wouldn't find a bench in the Temple of the Ancients, and you would not find automats in the Temple of the Ancients. So that's nice to see that we've got some like residents of the Temple of the Ancients also like to get their folios and save every once in a while.
Wait, don't misunderstand.
There's Cid and Vincent at the temple.
Ready, I'll be here.
So it looks like, just going off the bat, that Cid and Vincent wait outside. The reason may be because of the monsters that we can see that have been slain. Maybe they don't want anything getting in. So if we go back a little bit just here, we can see Vincent has dealt with a monster here. And then over here, if we go back a little bit more, you can see just behind Cid, there's another monster that's been downed. So maybe they're just like, and you can see the claw marks just here as well.
Damn, you'll need a way home. So when you're ready, I'll be here. An emissary from Wutai is here.
Again, the hooded man, we still don't know who this guy is. This is quite evidently in Junon though. This is probably a continuation of whoever this guy is. The only good glimpse we get is this, and really don't know who it is. Is it a new character? Is it a character we've seen in Remake? Is it a character we've not seen since before Crisis or Crisis Core? We just know that he's an emissary of Wutai. The Viceroy sent him or something, what they say in this trailer. Again, they're planting seeds for the third game. They've got to do that. As much as this is going to be a massive game, it is not the last part. So it'll be interesting to see who that is. No idea. Could be Glenn. I don't know. But it's definitely to open up the Wutai portion. I guess whatever is happening with the story of Ever Crisis will tell us if it's going to be Glenn or not.
Viceroy Saru.
With all this goddamn blood on
Now, I don't really want to go too much detail with this. The only thing I want to point out is the distance from where we are during this scene and the gold saucer. Pretty much the same distance, you can see it just over there, than with the Parma scene. Hence why I'm linking those two scenes together. This also looks like Balam Garden, ever so slightly there. So, yeah.
goddamn blood on my hands.
This is going to be very emotional.
Never hold my daughter again.
Those we hate,
This
love, those we fear.
This is
Become anyone to fool or prey.
Don't do this!
But I'm no fool.
you may just be a fool, Cloud, because there's no fool in me. He is quoting a line from a previous trailer that Sephiroth said. So obviously he has been in some kind of scene with Sephiroth before this, and he's been convinced. We can see this is just when he's defeated all the soldiers in the background here, and the whispers influence. Remember, the whispers were flying around. So he's just defeated these Shinra soldiers. A lot of them. I don't see if there's any other recognizable folks here. Maybe he went face to face with them, and then he quickly glimpsed like, whoa, wait a minute, was I not a soldier? Was I just a bit of a fodder Shinra soldier? And maybe Sephiroth was like, no, you were a first class. She's lying. So maybe there's a bit of thing. But also very interesting in the demo, he has blood splattered across his face. So maybe he gets very violent towards these soldiers.
Sephiroth! Hey!
Again, no idea what's happening here, so I'm just going to let it play. This is the biggest thing I'm looking forward to. This mystery, but not you. And then this again. Back in Midgar with Cloud again. This is the second time we've seen him. And that's the white Materia.
Saving the world.
She really did have it in her hair. This is crazy. We're at the City of the Ancients here, and this is where obviously the final battle takes place. That is very akin to the end of most trailers that we've seen, especially with Aerith. This is at the water altar. Things are going so fast here, I can't really pinpoint anything. We just know that Cloud is very mad, and he's looking up, and he is, I don't know, he's just trying to stop Sephiroth to a certain degree. Still got whispers flying around in the background, and we just see him, looks like he's going for his legs here. And obviously it doesn't work, because if we go back to this, just the way the City of the Ancients is looking behind Sephiroth, it's pretty incredible. And then that's where this trailer ends. Now I want to go all the way forward to where they were talking about cinematic storytelling, because on 2 discs, because there's just a few other little things that we can try and decipher. Cinematic storytelling. So what have we got here?
Stopped by a Cetra.
Where this is, I think this is literally like on the way to the City of the Ancients.
And I'm the last.
While mini games
This
and map exploration
is confirming that there are 2 of these. Tifa is definitely trapped within one of them in the scene where she's looking at the other. We can confirm that now. What these are, though, I'm sure we'll find out, but they look like... They honestly, like this here, looks like a dolphin mouth. And then this is something Shinra has been experimenting on, for sure. I don't think this is a weapon. Maybe they're known as a weapon within Shinra, but I don't think it's the weapons. I mentioned previously that Tifa's like weapon, and she's probably just going off what something's been said. Maybe we learn about the myth of the weapons at Cosmo Canyon, and there is no visuals of them yet, and that Tifa just assumes that these beasts are a weapon. But they're very fish-like.
big part of Rebirth's charm. There's more to it than
This seems to be Cosmo Canyon, maybe,
Rebirth provides a
which is nice. Going to be another beautiful
even
scene.
higher quality content and more of it than remake.
There's madness. Like, oh, there's so much to this game.
installment follows Cloud and company
Back at the gold saucer scene, which is very interesting because there's a scene as well where she's like virtual reality'd in. But this is crazy. This could be here. This is where Aerith was talking to Cloud, maybe. But the City of the Ancients looks... Oh, I really hope that we get to explore all of this.
painstaking care to depict how the group bonds
It's
during
mad.
their journey. One that ultimately
Absolute
decides
madness.
Aerith's fate. Once you finish Rebirth, I'm sure you'll agree
That's
that
definitely
no
Temple of
other
the
game
Ancients.
makes you feel quite this close to its characters.
And then there we go. That's it. Oh, wait a minute. This is very interesting as well. This also leads me to believe that maybe this is one of the sages leading us to talking to us about the Cetra and the Black Materia. It's very like just the vibe. We got the green hue of like a live stream. We've got the red hue. I really don't know. That is can't do the things. Very interesting statues behind him. It looks like the judges from Final Fantasy XII here. Oh no, they don't. They did for a second. They don't now. They look like these little Doom trains here. But this is going to be an epic fight, which is madness. I think that's everything. I without me like trying to jump champ to everything that I want to see. That's it. That is an analysis for you guys to either agree or disagree with. Thank you for watching. I don't think I want to be covering any more trailers now. It's just going to be excitement. From the time of me making this video, there's 3 weeks to go. I'm ready. Let's do this. And let's have a good time. If you like the content and want to see more Rebirth content, consider subscribing, hitting that notification bell, hitting the thumbs up button, supporting the channel, and getting involved in the comment section below. Thank you for watching, and until next time, I'll catch you on the flip side.